Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. And what that really means is that every right that you as a human being have had designed for you to exist, to experience here on this plane, the best that life can offer, that you actually have before you, that asset for you to use. And I'm here to say tonight that this has been a wonderful, wonderful mission. I've traveled up and down some mighty strange places. It's been a mighty wonderful mission. When I think about how something unknown, something that you can't see, something that you can't feel, at least at any given period in time, something that is just obvious, and you know it. To know this, to have experienced that in such a way that eliminates all doubt, it qualifies a person if they are lifted up truly, if they understand what happened of that event in such a way that it's understood well, not just to the point of an understanding, but an understanding that leads to a positive reaction. I say to you, I really don't know what to say to you. I think about all of these years that I spent having received the truth, not knowing the depth of that truth in the beginning, but as I walked through life after that truth, it brought me to a deeper understanding, to the point that I realized that the peace, the prosperity, and the joy that each of us aspire, that we want so diligently, we want so bad, and it's at our hands. I remember leaving the corporate world, or should I say just working for the government. And I didn't have a job, professional as it were, but I had started washing windows, storefront windows, because I needed a little income for gas and to get around, stuff like this. But I didn't want to be able to have that concentration focused on a career that had nothing to do with my true life. And so washing windows, I could wash windows and still be in my mind, in my spirit, seeing life, learning life, experiencing life. And so knowing how rough and how the challenge could be, I know a gentleman who ate grass and drank his own urine for a couple of weeks just to prove to himself that he was willing to pay the price of walking that distant life, and did it. I know a gentleman who decided that this peace and prosperity and joy in life was something that he wanted, and he believed that you wanted it too. And one night while he was going to a club in Chicago, he was contemplating this message that I'm telling you of right now. And as he stopped at a red light, he was getting ready to cross the street, and out of the sky started raining money. Now, it's probably somebody on the building throwing down some money. I don't know. That sounds reasonable. I don't think money just falling out of heaven, but for everybody who saw it and started running and getting a handful of it, it was falling out of heaven. I got out to see if it was real, and it was real. But I didn't take any of it because there was a message in it to me. The message was for me to tell you how liberally these people were running. They didn't deserve, this wasn't there, this was, anybody that came and got it, it was just really a gift. And so what it meant to me was for me to tell all of you that the life that you want is a gift from your maker, God. It's not something that you can sell or buy. It's a gift. It's a gift. The desire that you have to do this or to do that is what you came on this plane to do. And in doing that, based upon the way the design is, your creation would be the main participatory energy in the development of the goods and services that are common amongst the people, which includes food, clothing, shelter, education, health care. And all of this is done because you have a gift. And there's nothing preventing you from using your gift. In fact, everything is designed around you using your gift. And wherein our lives are so beautiful that we have time to contemplate what makes the animals the way they are. And find some way to keep them from killing each other. Think about the insects, those who pay attention. Think about what can be done rather than seizing them and trying to squash them and kill them. Think about how they feel and what. Now, this is deep. You got to have a real heavy compassion to go that deep, and you can do that when you have freedom. That's what freedom is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you this: the message that I've shared all of these years is really about freedom. It's about freedom to do what is the way that leads to peace and prosperity and joy, which is the way of doing unto others as you would have others do unto you, which is the way of the Creator, designed from the beginning that it would produce peace, prosperity, and joy. And knowing this, I took all of these times, times I used to commit crimes just to get your attention, so that you would get a chance to hear me tell you that I'm convinced that what I'm telling you is so true that I take a chance on committing this crime, knowing that when I give you this, if you listen to it, we will all be blessed. But if you don't listen to it, I'll end up in jail or prison. I know what I'm saying is true. But each time you didn't hear me, and I ended up paying the ultimate price. But it was magnificent. It was magnificent that I could stand there and pay that price, knowing deep down in my heart that the only reason that you would deny that which is you pray for every day is because you did not understand what it is. And the reason you didn't understand is because you have not been exposed, not in deed nor word, about the truth. And so, having done it all that I can do, that I can think of, run for public office just to see if I can get you to pay attention so I can tell you this wonderful news, and well, I never got outside of the door. But it was a wonderful trip. It was a magnificent trip. But the thing that blows my mind the most, the thing that really grows me to the highest growth that I can see myself going in this day and in this time is this. It's our political process that happens here in the United States of America, which is representative one way or another of the entire world and its governments. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching the people believing that they have a role in the creation of a political system that gives us a choice between who our candidates might be and who will be representing us as President of the United States. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. And I'm listening to everybody who is watching everybody else come back and tell everybody else what everybody else is doing. And it seems to me that something strange is with that. Because it doesn't matter what anybody says about anybody relative to the political process or what's going on with the individuals that are candidates. It changes nobody's opinion. People go right on like it's nothing. Like it doesn't even matter. We have a Republican and a Democrat. I won't call their names. Most of you know who they are. And the information that's constantly given to us is that the people of the nation do not trust these individuals for one reason or another. They think one is a hustler and one is somebody you can't trust. And you ask yourself, what do we have? And it comes back to us and it says we have a lesser of one evil. And the lesser is the evil, and the bigger is the other evil. And you got people sitting there knowing the situation of their nation, knowing how people are hurting and in pain and sicknesses and diseases and can't afford medication and going to dental care and can't afford to go to college, can't afford to pay the bills, can't get going, everything is choking them out. And they're sitting there contemplating, voting for evil, the lesser of the evil, thinking that they're going to get something better than what they've already been denied all the while. And you know, in order for somebody to think like that, they got to really be programmed. I mean, you don't just naturally think like that. And it seems to be a test, to me, of whoever running this world trying to see just how far gone is the American people. And I guess they are saying that the American people are gone pretty far. Because you got all your religious zealots, you got all your religious people, the ones filled with fire and the Holy Ghost. And where are they in this matter? They're sitting right there on the benches and pews with the Republicans and Democrats, waiting for November to come around so they can go to the polls and put their hands in voting for the lesser of the two evils. People who are supposed to be standing up representing God. People who are supposed to be leading people to peace, to paradise on earth. Well, I just said that because it's kind of typical, especially when you have seen it all a while. Nothing changes so far. So, what I have done in the past for going to jail and stuff like this, I was really trying to get your attention, hoping that I could get you to listen for your own benefit, and that is so your dreams can come true, and you would play the major part in doing it. You wouldn't have to trust in me. You don't have to trust in president. You don't have to trust in. All you trust in is in yourself. And you trust in yourself that the best way that you can protect yourself and do the best that you can for yourself is to be not a threat to anyone else. And that's each of you. Not a threat to anyone else. Being not a threat, then you become partners in protecting one another from any threat that might come. And that gives you opportunity to be involved. Now, your family and the world is yours. Well, since I couldn't get that picture going, I was doing a lot of talking, and you've heard me say that I've done a lot of stuff in the meantime, trying. And people ask me, why haven't you made that step? You do a lot of talking, but a very little walking. And to that, it's true. When I was going to jail and stuff like that, that was walking. That was the truth. But I wanted you to pay attention for a purpose. Now, I'm not trying to get you to pay attention. You see what I have learned and realized that the only way that you can possibly get anything out of this is to see it to its fruition here in this day and in this time. And that is to say that no man can follow two rulers. No man can follow two systems. You cannot be a Republican and a Democrat. You cannot be a righteous person and an unrighteous person. An unrighteous person, to me, and for the purpose of this conversation, is those who don't care about anyone but themselves. A righteous person is those that care about everybody else, understanding that everybody is a product of somebody, and to respect that. So I'm saying that it is fine for me to turn the other cheek and tell the world I follow God's rules, whether it's illegal in any human rule or not. It doesn't matter. And anything else, I go according to God's rules. And basically, that means that a lot of things that happen in the world, I'm going to have to ignore at times. I'm not doing anything that upsets you. I'm just doing what's real in my life. Peace and prosperity and joy. Every family can be blessed. And you choose to stay like this. I can't take this. I think it's time for me to leave this planet. Yeah, and let me tell you, for those of you who might decide you want to leave it too later on, remember this. Remember this. You're going to have a great big surprise. It's not like you have been told it is. It's not like that at all. You're going to have a great surprise. Just go for the right reason. And the right reason is for others. And make sure that when you go, they take you out. Not that you take them out, no, you don't even resist. But don't do that, don't own my word. You have to feel this. You must let this be you. You must care about people so well that you just won't settle for any of them suffering. And I guarantee you, everything you do from that point on will be a holiday. Bye-bye.